Hey, welcome back to Snapbolt Games. My name is Max, and this is Lewin, and we're back with another Pauper League. And we're going to be playing a throwback today. We're going to be playing some Blue-White Evoke. This is a older brew of mine. This is one of my pet decks. I've worked a lot on this deck. I had some success in the past. We're going to see if it can hang in today's meta. Spoiler, I don't think it's that well positioned right now. I don't think it's the best deck right now, but we are going to have some fun. We're going to play a league with Blue-White Evoke. Okay, quick deck tech, and then we're going to get right into the games. What is this deck? This is a deck based around these evoke creatures, Muldrifter and Soul of Migration, both of which have this evoke cost. When they come into play, they get sacrificed. And then we combo that with Angelic Renewal. Whenever a creature is put into the graveyard from the battlefield, you may sacrifice this. If you do, return that card to the battlefield. So basically, you play Renewal on turn 2, and then you evoke Muldrifter on turn 3. You draw 2 cards. Muldrifter gets sacrificed. Then you sacrifice Renewal because your creature died, and you bring back Muldrifter, draw 2 more cards, and retain the Muldrifter in play. You also can combo it with Ephemerate, and otherwise, we're just a pretty standard blue-white control deck. Ponder Preordain, 1 Brainstorm, some counter spells, 3 Journey for removal, triple Dawnbringer Cleric to try to help fight against red, 2 Late Tenors to keep the loops going. We have 2 Archaeomancers as well for the Ephemerate loops. So pretty clunky deck. You draw a lot of cards. You make birds. I don't think the Soul of Migration plan is actually that good right now, but we're gonna see if it can hang. Sideboard, just a lot of hate for red. 2 Blue Blasts, 4 Hydroblasts, so 6 Hydroblasts total. Couple relics, 4 Dust to Dust, 2 Holy Lights, and the 4th Dawnbringer Cleric in the sideboard. So pretty straightforward build of the deck. Not a lot of one-ofs. This deck can be good to put things like a Last Breath or what's that card? The 2 mana destroying enchantment or creature power 4 or greater, is it? Um, a Destroy Evil, I think it is. Um, there's cards like that you can play one of because you can find them, but we're just going for a very straightforward approach. Looks like Lewin's about done. Let's get into them games. What do you think, Lewis? Lewin, you want to go get a treat? All right, let's go. All right, welcome to round 1. We're against GFSC. I'm going to keep this pretty bad hand here. Um, we can just go Plains and then cycle Ashburns for Island. We're against Plains Go. Interesting. Another Ashburns. It's actually not a bad draw because now we can get double Island for these counter spells, even though it'll be clunky, but that's the name of the game, right? Squadron Hawk. Maybe it's just a weird draw from Gates, or maybe it's mono white. I'm not sure. Let's get Island, and then we can F6. If we are against just some like mono white mid range deck, I'm fine with that. They get 2 Hawks. They have 7 cards in hand. They don't want to discard anything. And okay, Renewal. We could Molly D next turn if we want. We're gonna have to discard cards, but it may be worth it anyway. We'll see. We also potentially can wait and just go cycle Ashburns for Island and then leave up counter for 1 turn. Counter whatever they do, even if it's just a Hawk, and then evoke the Molly D next turn. It's not like they're gonna counter our spells, so we're in a good position here. It's a small YouTube channel. Okay, I'll check it out. Sounds like a lot of the big Pauper people have interviewed there. Cool. Bugler for veteran. Okay, yeah. So this is just a pretty straightforward mono white mid range deck. It looks like. I'm gonna just leave up counterspell again. If they just hawk, we can counter that. I just want to use some cards before I draw 4 cards with Molly D here. They could have mana type. I mean, sure. If they do, they do. I don't think I'm playing around that. Thraven Inspector. I'll counter this. Maybe they're short on lands, which looks like could be the case here. Are they going to bounce Bugler? No, bounce a land. Yeah, it looks like they're short on lands, so they have a lot of spells. They have 2 Hawks in hand. Ooh. Now I kind of like, I can go Moe D Ephemerate and then just leave my Renewal in play. I feel like that's kind of annoying for them to deal with. You can find Soul of Migration as well. We're just doing the thing here. Ooh, Journey is nice as well. They could have Dawnbringer Cleric, but look at that. Don't even have to discard. Beautiful. Evoke is back. Evoke is back. I mean, we are getting beaten down here, but we have a lot of ways to stabilize. Dawnbringer to gain a little life. Journey to deal with one of their threats. Stop scoreboard. I don't think I want to block yet. I can just go to 12. Fiend's Informant. They're going to discard like a Strands or a Hawk here. We do really want to find a Soul of Migration to kind of just like make a bunch of bodies, hold things down. Let's draw some more cards. There's the Soul of Migration. I kind of want to just play that and Crossroads this turn. Seems good to me. I will have to discard one card, but I can just discard a cantrip. I get to go to 14, make a bunch of blockers. That just stabilizes the board the most, I think. It's kind of unfortunate that we didn't draw another untapped land, but I think we're going to be okay. Then we have to discard one card. I think I'll just discard Ponder. Everything else is really good, and we don't necessarily have time to just be cantripping a bunch right now. But yeah, this is looking great. Oh, they're attacking. Oh, they have a Guardian's Pledge here. Okay. So 100% they have Guardian's Pledge. So that being the case, we have to decide how we're going to block to best nullify the pledge. We have to threaten to kill some of their creatures, and then we can chump some other ones. So we can go like, which one do we really want? I think we can only really kill their 1/1s because they're gonna pledge here no matter what. We're at 14. I guess they could just choose to not pledge, but then they lose a lot of stuff. I don't really want to take more damage because I think we can win the long game as well. So I guess I just chump. So if I do this and they don't pledge, they get to kill all my bird tokens and then deploy some more threats. And I just take 2. And if they do pledge, I trade all these, this bird and these birds die. I think I'm going to block like this. I just want to continue to prolong the game here. They're not on that much mana. I mean, they have to have Guardian's Pledge. They don't have to use it, I guess, but they have to have it. They're ordering blocks, and then there's the pledge. Okay. I don't think we need Soul to Die because I can just ephemerate it and have like renewal in play as well. I can do a lot this turn. I can go Journey to Nowhere. I have Ephemerate. I have Preordain. I can do a lot, and I kind of I kind of wanted to lead to dinner the Molly D as well. And I kind of want to leave a counter spell now. That seems pretty good. So maybe I could just go Journey to Nowhere, take out like either Bueller or Fiend's Informant, and then I could go Kabira Crossroads, leave up Ephemerate and Counterspell. I think I like that. Let's just take this out. I don't really care if they kill the Journey now. This at least buys us time. Crossroads, go back up to 12, and pass the turn. Ooh, I could have even attacked since I have the Ephemerate, but I think this is fine too. Yeah, you can always exclamation point deck list, or I think deck as well, and the deck list is posted. You can also look back at my channel and see all the iterations of the deck. Okay, so do we want to ephemerate first and try to like kill a core Skyfisher? I don't think we need to. They might even Guardian's Pledge again. Maybe it is worth it because I can go ephemerate, make some good blocks, and then if they go for Guardian's Pledge, I could choose to counter it if I want. This deck's not easy to play. Let's try to kill the core Skyfisher. I guess I can just take here because I'm going to counter Guardian's Pledge right now. Okay, they're just going to let this happen. That's good with me. Oh, they didn't even order blocks correctly? Okay, then they just concede. Sweet. I also wanted to note, the deck I wanted to be super quick because I played this deck so many times. But I also wanted to note, as far as I kind of mentioned it, we don't have a lot of 1/0s. Our sideboard is very narrow, but very powerful. So that means we have good cards like 6 Hydroblast when we're playing against red, 4 Dust when we're playing against Affinity. We have Holy Lights when we want them. But a lot of times, we're just not going to have any sideboard cards because, again, our sideboard's powerful but narrow, where you can build your sideboard one of two ways, like this, or you can build it with a lot of like 1/0s really spread out. You bring in like 1 to 2 cards in every matchup and you get some, bullets. But Pauper's so powerful right now. I'm just targeting like the top decks of Affinity, Mono Red, that sort of thing, rather than having a more general sideboard that gives you a little help all the time. Because also, I mean, I'm not really expecting to play against mono white midrange, and if we do, we can see there our deck is just a little more powerful than theirs in like a mid-range battle. All right. Do we want a sideboard at all? Do we want like a Dawnbringer Cleric, a fourth one, just for more life gain and more blockers? Dispel seems like it's bad, but countering Guardian's Pledge is so critical that I think I'm just gonna not sideboard at all. Just gonna stick to the plan. Let's jam. All right. I mean, I'm keeping this hand. It's a lot of lands, but this deck actually wants a lot of lands, and I'm not going to mulligan just like a functional draw with a removal spell. Drawing land is worst possible draw, but that's okay. This deck can also just get up to 7 mana and just start casting Soul of Migrations, hard cast. Hey, is it Methylthib? I can't pronounce your name, but appreciate you stopping by. Cool. Ooh. I'm just gonna leave up counter here. If they just play another Thraben, I guess I counter it. I mean, it cycles. I don't really want them to just draw cards. Yeah, that's a good point, Fairy Tricks. I actually thought about including specifically Revoke as well, but we have 4 Dawnbringers as well, so I felt like I didn't really need the Revokes. This is a weak counterspell, but I'm going to do it. They do have another land, but do they have another threat? They do. So they just bounce a land here, or the Clue, which is even better for me. Land, okay. Another land. We've just drawn only, I guess we drew land, counterspell, land. This is getting pretty sketchy now. We might just lose. especially if they have like a Dawnbringer cleric here, then Core Skyfisher bounce Dawnbringer. We need to draw Moldrifter or Soul of Migration. Those are some of our best draws. We have cantrips as well. We have one Brainstorm in the deck, but we do have Ponders as well, which would be good. I'm going to use one of these Ash Barrens now. They only have 4 cards left, but we know they likely don't have any more lands, or they just wanted to deploy Core Skyfisher because they have lands. They don't really have anything else to do. Okay, wow. No other threat. That is great for us, and they don't have a land. Should get another plains here. Another land. This is just brutally bad for us. I'm just gonna not F6 and act like I have another counter spell, but I don't. Grange. Okay, Grange is a cool card. I know we could draw a Ponder or a Brainstorm, but I'm still going to use this Ash Barrens just thin and use my mana right now. Okay, they're going to Core Skyfisher back Grange. Sure. This is just not that threatening. So they know that we have now Plains Island in hand. Oh, man. This can happen with Evoke for sure. I mean, I guess we have 7 cantrips, 4 Moldrifters that we just haven't drawn any of those cards. I kept a 5-lander and just drew all lands. I think that's the main problem. If we don't get out of this flood now, like on the next draw step, we're gonna lose. Okay, there's a soul. So I have 2, 3, 4, 5 mana. This is brutal. I have to just evoke it though. They're maybe scared of counters and stuff because they're not deploying any more threats, or they're just flooded as well. We can maybe take a little more damage here. We could just go down to 2 potentially. Because next turn we're gonna late to dinner soul and then be able to gain 3 and have 5 blockers. We actually might be okay if they don't have like a relic here. We might be okay. I think I'm gonna not block. Oh no, they could have Guardian's Pledge. I need to block 1. Ooh, they're staying back with 1. All right, now I can take for sure. Opponent's making some interesting decisions. Battle Screech. Oh, that's why. Okay, this is still beatable. Not if they. I mean, if they have Guardian's Pledge, it's gonna be rough. But I mean, we're just ultra flooded. That's the main problem. If we could have countered the Guardian's Pledge, that would have been huge. Wait to dinner this. And I actually like just not the Dominator Cleric doesn't block anything right now, but we also need to represent like we could have Counterspell to try to like force them to be too scared to attack in Guardian's Pledge. Because if we just play Dawnbringer, they just know we don't have it. But this way we can still crack food, make some blocks, hope they are too scared to go for Guardian's Pledge this way. Yeah, that's another good point. Keeping the cleric for a possible journey to nowhere from them is a strong option as well. Great Sword of Tyr. I've seen this card. So whenever equipped creature attacks, put a +1/+1 counter on it and tap up to 1 creature defending player controls. I mean, that's actually really good against us. We're not beating a pledge here, but I think I need to block their birds. They're gonna tap this soul. We can gain 3. Yeah, this is brutal. Again, if they have pledge, we are just dead, I think. Could block like this. Pledge kills us unless we wanted to like chump more creatures. I think that's fine. I need to just crack now and gain life and just hope. I think this is my best chance. Yeah, they have it. All right. And that's why I want to spell in the deck still, because just countering pledge is so huge. It's so important. And unfortunately, Holy Light does not work against them because it's non-white creatures. Maybe we do just want the 4th Dawnbringer over like something random. Our other cards are all pretty reasonable though. Just run it back. Like I said, I like this matchup a fair amount. This hand is not good. I'm thinking about mulliganing it because what, we're just gonna go like renewal into cleric and then just be stuck on lands, and even if we draw lands, we don't really do anything. I'm just gonna mulligan, try for something a little bit different. Man, brutal. This deck can actually mulligan pretty well though. Because we can draw a lot of cards, we can get out of the mulligans. Keep. I'm gonna put back 1 renewal and 1 preordain. This is actually a pretty good 5 here. It's slow, but their deck's not that fast either, so this is reasonable. Chancery is really good on the mulligans too. They have the turn 1 Thraben. Next turn we can go cantrip plus renewal and try to set up the turn 4 Evoke Soul of Migration here. Again, we're on 5, but I feel like we have a pretty decent chance. Attack and crack clue is what I want to see. Core Skyfisher is kind of annoying here. Okay, Hawk. Hawk is good, but beatable. Kabira Crossroads. Okay, so now I can just go renewal plus Crossroads just to be safe. I also get to gain life right now, get this tap land out of the way. It's just the play. Dawnbringer Cleric wrecks us, but we can't really get around that. Next turn we just slam Evoke Soul. Okay, they could still have Dawnbringer, please no. Okay, that's good. Nice. Again, now we somewhat stabilize here. We're still in trouble against the Guardian's Pledge, but that's like their entire deck, so just don't care about Lunarch Veteran at all, really. Okay, we go back down to 19. We make 5 creatures. Another soul. It's actually not too bad. And these aren't the most impressive draws from this deck when you're just like, evoke this on turn 4 with renewal, but it is something reasonable, something you can do. Great position, but not really if they have Guardian's Pledge, because they kind of just kill all our birds if they do. Ooh, another cool thing that you might not know about renewal is the trigger goes on this is an old card, so the trigger goes on the stack, and it was there for a second, you saw it. And like opponent, if they have like let's say a Relic of Progenitus, they can pop Relic in response to that trigger, but if they say, okay, that trigger's good, then it resolves, there's no point to Relic. And if they do pop Relic and say exile all graveyards, then you can just say no to this and then leave Renewal in play. So Relic's actually not that good against this because, again, they pop, you just say no, and then you still have this in play, which is pretty good. Just kind of a nice thing to note. I actually played Blue White Evoke. One of the first times I played Pauper in paper, I played Blue White Evoke, of course. And we got into that exact situation. My opponent's like, "No, you can't do that. I have another like point to respond," and I said, "No, you don't." And judge came over and ruled in the opponent's favor, and I just stayed firm. I was like, "That is not how it works," because it was a pretty critical point in the game actually. And then eventually, I was able to convince them that it actually works this way, which is kind of interesting. All right, opponents in the tank. I wonder if they're considering to send all and just like use a Guardian's Pledge to kill some of our things. Oh, Pumpkin Queen coming in hot. Wow, this actually wrecks us. I mean, I guess it doesn't really wreck us. What they're attacking with everything. They tap Soul. They have 1 mana up. Probably don't really have any instant they're gonna play. I kind of want to kill. Kind of want to kill this Hawk that's equipped to make them use more mana on it next turn because it's kind of annoying for them to even have to pay the 1 to equip. But alternatively, I could just leave their Hawks. These get bigger and bigger. I mean, I can double block like a Thraben. Then I only lose 1 bird. I kill one of their creatures. I kind of want to just kill this too. I could take 4. Then I only lose 1 bird. Or I guess I lose 2 birds this way, but I kill 2 of their creatures. I'm going to do this. I can take a little damage here. I retain more of my board. Not sure about that play though. Okay. Island's decent. A lead on Preordain. Another Soul of Migration and a land. I don't think either of these are good enough. I don't really want to just evoke a Soul of Migration right now just to make 2/1/1s. And I already have a Soul that I could do that with. I'm going to just bottom. Okay, let's ponder. Angelic Renewal, Archaeomancer, Crossroads. I feel like these are good enough. Yeah, so I'm just going to draw Crossroads last. Because I can just play Renewal this turn, and then next turn evoke another Soul of Migration. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 mana. I guess another option is to draw the Crossroads right now and play it. Oh no, I already played Island, so I can't. That makes it kind of awkward. This has to be good enough, though. All right, let's just stick to the plan. I guess I'm not really going to block anyway. They attack. They tap this. I guess I do want to double block this. So I guess I just don't attack. Oh, what's up, Slunk? Good to see you on the stream. What I really needed was an ephemerate right there. Would have been sick. This is a close game. Opponent with 6 cards in hand. We need a Mully D, a Mull Drifter. I think we're going to have to just evoke this Soul of Migration next turn and then Archaeomancer the turn after. Oh, they're not attacking with this. Okay. Well, now we just take. Battle Screech. That's good. We're in trouble. I mean, if they don't have Guardian's Pledge, we're not in trouble. Just pretend like I could have Counterspell as my last card. Okay, now our blocks are going to be a lot better because we have 2 Soul Migrations now. Again, Guardian's Pledge wrecks us, but what are you going to do? I think I'm just not going to attack. We still need to win the long game here. I even thought about just us bringing in Relic, but I don't think we actually want to do that because, again, they can just Battle Screech flashback most of the time. I don't really care about Lunarch Veteran that much. We're drawing Kabir Crossroads. We can go Archaeomancer Preordain next turn. Journey to Nowhere. I actually don't hate seeing that because it's, now if I find a Dawnbringer, I just get like a ton of value. And that means we're not going to get Guardian's Pledge here unless they also have land right now. So yeah, I don't hate this at all. Wow, this is great for us. Because I can just take a hit off this big one or chump it, but I think trading boards is so good for me because the way they win is a wide board plus pledge. So I guess they could have Resmonian Rally here. That's 2 mana, right? But um, okay, if they have it, they have it. Good beats. Let's trade boards. Yeah, so Dawnbringer Cleric is a fantastic draw now. Journey to Nowhere on the Big Hawk is not bad either. Oh, I guess we can't do much this turn, so we're kind of getting beaten down here. There's the Dawnbringer. Okay. I mean, I guess this gets tapped anyway. Greatsword is just crushing me, actually. It's looking really impressive. Putting a bunch of counters, getting my best blocker out of the way. It's pretty good, like, quote unquote, removal for this type of deck. We still need to draw something else that's good, like an Ephemerate. Not sure. We're still behind. Journey to Nowhere is not bad either. Wow, they discard Bugler. I guess they're constrained on their mana. They hit for 5 down to 5. And then I get to go kill this, make a wide board. But we're gonna need something else. Yeah, ephemerate starting an ephemerate loop is huge. Okay. I did ask for that. We might need to ephemerate like a Soul of Migration first, though. The thing is, though, I can ephemerate and cantrip this turn, which I think is just worth it. Because if we cantrip into anything, like a Journey to Nowhere, it's worth. And I'm still going to get this Soul of Migration back and have 4 flying blockers anyway. So I'm going to go for this. Ephemerate Preordain. Plenty of mana here. Oh, a Fem after they tap down. Yeah, that would have been good as well. There's a counterspell and a late to dinner. I mean, we could actually use the late to dinner, I think. It's not too bad because we're gonna have two Soul of Migrations. So unless they have like second Greatsword or removal spell, maybe late to dinner is just not quite good enough. We'll take the counterspell though. Yeah, maybe this was a punt. Maybe the Ephemerate Soul of Migration in response to them tapping down would have been better. But this is where we're at. Not playing in the challenge, I'm just playing League. I didn't necessarily have time to play the challenge all day today. We're also at 4. Jeez. Equipping the Rafine's Informant. Interesting. I mean, I can chump that with Dawnbringer Cleric. Interesting. What are they going to tap? A Soul? Makes sense. I think I'm just blocking like this. Pretty straightforward. We have this counterspell as well. Yeah, we're getting really close to stabilizing because we have an Ephemerate loop going right now. What do we draw for turn? I guess we have to do this first, just get back Ephemerate. Getting back counter is nice here as well. They say GG. I mean, it's not over yet. Now I think I need to do the Ephemerate the Soul of Migration in response to tapping it. I don't know if they're going to keep playing. Just say GG's. Why are they GGing and still playing? I just said GG's because then maybe they would like be like, all right, it's over, I'll concede. So they tap Soul, Ephemerate that. And then then they don't even get the counter? Wow. Not sure if I even realized that. Do I want to trade Soul for a Fiend's Informant now? I think so. Again, I want to just keep trading. This game's not over though. Yeah, they have Guardian's Pledge here. Okay. I mean, I guess we could have just gone chump chump with our birds. Yeah, they're still playing. I don't know why they would GG. Maybe it was like a BM GG, like get out of the game GG. What do you think? I don't know. Molly D. That's huge. I could Moly D, ephemerate the Moly D, but I think that's risky. I think the safer line is just casting the Moly D. Yeah, I have plenty of time. I can do the loops pretty quickly at this point, and I'm actually ahead a minute on time. Man, that soul plus ephemerate value is a lot. I said, yeah, totally. Blue at Evoke. Ooh, there's a counter spell. Okay. So we've not played a land yet. So I can get like another island here. I guess we do that. Having a counter spell here is huge. Do have to watch my time though. This game's not over. I mean, we're definitely ahead at this point, but yeah, not over. Core Skyfisher. I think I just counterspell this. They could just go like pick up Grange, replay Grange, get more mana, get another body in play. Just don't really want to deal with that. Okay, they attack with these two, and they're tapping the Moe D. I wonder if I can afford to ephemerate Moe D here. Then I would have to chump chump. Don't think I can. I guess I just let it get tapped. I gotta watch my time, man. Ephemerate Moe D. Then I need to block. Can't do it. I'm just gonna chump chump with my birds that I get. Just barely up on time here. I just draw a card right now, maybe to save time. Okay. Get back ephemerate. Moe D, let's go. That was a great draw. Another ephemerate. Let's freaking go. That should do it now. No need to attack yet. Core Skyfisher. I think I can ephemerate Archaeomancer and then counter this. Because I have another ephemerate. Nice. Whew! These games with Evoke are not easy. There's a lot of decision making. An opponent had some pretty good ability to grind. Greatsword was crushing us in games 2 and 3. Whew! That was a fun one. That was a really fun one. Let's go round two. All right, welcome to round two. We're against Luffy. This This hand, they kept 7. This hand's pretty bad. I think I'm gonna keep it. We have Muldrifter, we have Renewal. We just need a Plains basically, and this hand is good. I'm gonna keep. See what we're up against. I'm expecting again, I don't know if I just said this, that Leffy is on Affinity. Leffy plays a lot of Affinity, at least in the challenges and stuff. Maybe I'm wrong, but I think they play a lot of Affinity. His hand is again pretty horrible, but has potential to be really strong. Like if our first draw step is Plains, this hand is great. If we don't draw a white source for a long time or get Brainstorm locked, this hand's terrible. Depending on what we draw on our first turn as well, we have to decide, do we want to Brainstorm on turn 1 or do we want to wait until turn 2, get 1 card deeper, reduce the chance of being Brainstorm locked, but also reduce our best possible play of turn 1 Brainstorm, turn 2 Renewal, turn 3 Evoke Moly D. So most likely I'm going to go for it. Yeah, and we're against Affinity. Okay. I'm going to go for the Brainstorm. I know we can get locked here, but I got to go for it. We actually don't have that many lands in the deck, I don't think. 22 lands. It's not that many lands. Alright, Shaman's not actually that good against us. A lot of our things fly. Alright, we hit Island, which isn't bad, but it's also not the best, since we do need Plains. I think I need to just leave up counter on turn 2. So, that being said, I don't think it really matters what we put back. I like Ponder like just better than Brainstorm generally in Pauper for reasons like this. Man. Just don't want to not counter that and have them do something really good. Of course, they can Thoughtcast here, or Deadly Dispute or something, but we have to accept that risk. Yep. Because if we didn't counter, then they just aren't going to Deadly Dispute right now anyway, so. There's Plains, let's go. Don't think we want Ponder, because we want to just draw more lands. Okay, we're in a reasonable spot now. We can grind. Who can draw more cards, them or us? Probably them. I think I'm gonna just go Moly D Ephemerate here. Could get blown out by a Gal Blast, but the other option is to just Moly D, leave up Ephemerate, and use the Renewal. I don't hate that. Because if I go for it, they're almost certainly just going to Gal Blast the Moly D. But I guess another problem with that line, I'm going to play land, Muldrifter down to 4 cards. I'm going to draw 4. I'm going to have to discard a card. I guess that's fine. Obviously, it'd be nice to retain that, but I don't think I can. Kind of need all these cards. I guess I can discard one of these Soul of Migrations. I guess I don't need both of them. We definitely side out some Soul of Migrations in this matchup for sure. Gear Seeker, okay, can journey that. 0 mana 4/4, pretty good though. And I'm just not gonna play the Ephemerate. I could have, but another ephemerate and a ponder. These are actually pretty good. It's just top. Oh, there's plains as well. Plains is, I think, what I want to draw right now. Because I can go plains, journey to nowhere on the serpent, and then leave up ephemerate. And then next turn, I think I want to draw renewal actually, then play that. So this is actually kind of what I wanted to see. This feels like old times. Okay, they don't have a dispute on that. Oh, I should have attacked. That was just a mistake. This does feel like old times though. Okay, I think I have to take here. Good news is we have a Dawnbreaker Cleric for potential munitions. Rat Clan, sure, it doesn't really do anything against us. All right, now we play Renewal. Renewal top land, and now I can like actually chump with this Molly D because I'll have a Renewal in play. And we're drawing Ephemerate next turn, so I'd like to just not use this Ephemerate as well if I can. If I can continue to hold it, I think it's going to be better. All right, we're successfully outdrawing Affinity right now. Pretty cool. Looks like they're out of gas. This is exactly what we want to see. Another Ephemerate. Nice. So I can go for Soul of Migration Ephemerate. Doesn't seem that good. I think what I like instead is just going Crossroads Pass and then going for block Ephemerate, and I have triple Ephemerate. They're not doing anything right now. I know they can draw a Deadly Dispute at any point, but yeah, this seems fine to me. I need like triple interaction here. I mean, of course, I don't want to use all these Ephemerates, but I'll probably fight here. Cast down. Oh, they're the more controlling version. I see. They do have triple interaction. Okay. Now we need Archaeomancer. I can hardcast Soul of Migration as well. Buy some more time. They have 2 cards left. Somber Hoverguard. That's not very good. And I think I Chancery back the Crossroads here. Now we want to find Archaeomancer as our best draw. There's the Ancestral Recall, damn. Just chump. Oh man. Nihil fell on brutal. Absolutely brutal. Dang. Take a hit off Enforcer next turn, I think. Man, the Nihil spell on. Just absolutely wrecked me here. The main deck Spellbomb. Blood Fountain, sure. They only have a Crack Clan to get back right now. Maybe going for that triple Ephemerate line was not good. Not sure. Journey to Nowhere. We can journey their land. I think that's what we do. Three indestructible flying. Just take that out. Take another hit off Enforcer here. Yeah, post board it gets a lot better for us, obviously, because we have 4 dust to dust, but it's not like guaranteed by any means. They have a lot of card advantage. Attacking with oh, they want Kenku to die. All right, so I have to take that, I guess. Just take 5. Munitions is also getting pretty close to just killing us if they play it. Counterspell. Now I probably have to just block Kenku with Soul of Migration here, and then they're gonna Blood Fountain back Kenku and Karat Clan, and I just counter the Kenku. Going down to 8. They have 2 cards in hand. Interesting that they just don't want to just pop Nihil just to continue to draw cards as well. I thought they still play at least 1 munition, but maybe I'm wrong. Another Blood Fountain. The 3rd Blood Fountain. I think I have to just counter this. I think it's just too good. So their hand is Kenku, Karat Clan, Shaman. Archaeomancer. Counterspell. It's getting close to the point where I'm going to have to play Dawnbringer here. I think I can wait 1 more turn. If they attack with everything, I'm just taking 5. Guess I could also take 7, go to 1. Maybe I am supposed to just play it now. I have 2 more Dawnbringers in the deck as well. I'll counterspell their Kenku. We're fighting here. This spell would have been good earlier, of course. All right, so their last card is Karat Clan. We're hellbent right now. We can't triple block because they just trade for soul, and then they have 2 somber hover guards we can't deal with. Just take 1 more hit, go to 6. A lot of times they only play like 2 or 3 galvanic blast as well. Man. Cantrip, obviously Archaeomancer's our best draw. Soul of Migration buys us time. They draw 2. I think we need to chump here. We're in trouble though. We're gonna have to draw something. Looks like they didn't really find anything. Come on. Couldn't even have drawn that last turn, like please. I think it's gonna be tough now. I don't think we really have any outs at this point. I think, oh, are we actually just dead? Gingerroot? It's just the anti-initiative tech there. So if they attack with everything, I can go block here, chump here, take 5, go to 1. I haven't seen this. I guess they only played 2 cast downs. I thought they played 3, but they played cast down, blast. I'm surprised they didn't just swing in with all. Interesting. Okay. This gives us a chance. Archaeomancer 1 time. Late to dinner. I guess I late to dinner Moe D. It's Moe D or Soul, but Moe D into like more stuff. Oh, they have Nihil Spellbomb. So this just gets countered, and then I'm dead. I'm going up to 7. All right, let's just make them do it, I guess. They still have Spellbomb. Luffy's a really good player. Definitely not going to forget. And this doesn't even resolve, so I don't get the food. So if they attack with everything, we're at 7. We're just super dead. Damn. All right, good game. We're supposed to lose game 1 anyway, honestly. Affinity is really strong. But that was kind of brutal. I felt like we were ahead for so long, and then we kind of, like, they were, oh my god. No. I guess they had Nihil that whole time. So even if I win Archaeomancer, then they just go Spellbomb. They get to draw a card. I guess we were just maybe not as ahead as I thought because of the Spellbomb. Okay. I also don't even hate relics. They showed 3 blood fountains. I like to take out most of the soul migrations. They're not that good. They're going to have more Nihil Spellbombs as well. Maybe we do this. I like to trim on some of these flicker cards as well. We could keep the 4 Ephemerate. And then go down to 1 soul. I think I like this plan. Relic's not incredible, but Blood Fountain is really good. Could just bring in 1 relic. I like having 1 late to dinner because it gives you a lot more inevitability, even if they have the spell bombs. Just having 1 to like you play it, they spell bomb it, then you play an Archaeomancer, get back late to dinner. Now they can't kill Archaeomancer. It does like it kind of sets up that like continuous advantage where renewal is just like kind of like a one-time use. Obviously, we want to just win by dust to dust. I'll try this. It's fine. They kept 7. Could have led Ash Barrens, but I think I like leading Cove. I could potentially play Ash Barrens on 2. Okay, well now I can just go Island Renewal, and then I can Mully D. I can also leave up counter, but I think Gluffy's too good for that. I'm just gonna play Renewal. Icar, okay, I obviously would have wanted to counter that, but we aren't gonna get the chance. Guess I'm just gonna draw some cards. Discard an Ash Barrens or Crossroads or Chancery. Ash Barrens. Another renewal is not a bad draw either. Okay, they're drawing right now to play around counter. Hopefully they don't have much else this turn. Blood Fountain. Do they not have a land? Wow, they don't have a 3rd land. That's huge. So now I can go renewal, leave up counter this turn, which I'm going to do. I can't quite go preordain, leave up counter, and play a tap land, so I think this is the best line. We also can choose to just not cycle Ash Barrens here, like end of turn. I think I'm just going to counter this. They showed they didn't have a land last turn, so just slow them down here. Yeah, now I can look for a dust to dust. Oh, well, speak of. That should do it at this point. Nice. Yeah, we would have found it, but I felt like the line of just like renewal into counterspell, they were gonna have to play something, and if they didn't, then I'm just so far ahead. So if they just go like nothing pass, I'm like, sure. And then I can just preordain into Dust to Dust later, or preordain and leave up counter again, and then just eventually find Dust to Dust. I guess Relic is a little bit worse because we are like on just on the straight Dust to Dust plan, but also some number of Hydros is probably reasonable, right? They're gonna have Pyros. Maybe I should have done that. They should have some Pyroblasts, right? I can cut like a Ponder. I can cut another Flicker effect. I could just not play the Relics. Just go on the Dust to Dust plan fully with the Hydros. I don't know how good Hydro is. Just having a small number of them does seem pretty reasonable, though. Like, what if we get in a counter war and I go counter and they go Pyro? I'm gonna want more counters for their Pyro. Maybe I don't need like many ephemerates. I'm gonna try this. All right. I mean, we're keeping this. A plains, another white source, and a dust to dust. Land. Land? We might have to get island on Ash Barrens and go island preordain. Depends what we draw here. Chancery. Okay, well now we can go cycle for plains, play Chancery, and then we can have Dust to Dust available next turn. We do have to discard a card here. I think that's fine. I can discard a cantrip or a Malady. Hurts, but Malady, you're too expensive. Sorry, you gotta go. Hurts. Malady's my boy. Okay, I'm not gonna Dust to Dust this turn, I don't think, because they have Deadly Dispute up. So instead I'm just gonna go Island Pass, leave up counter. This is what the good affinity players do, is they just leave up Deadly Dispute when they're gonna get Dust to Dusted, and it really nullifies the effect. Obviously Dust to Dust is still good, but that's what they do basically. We could just let this resolve now, but I think it's 2 mana inefficient and still a good card. Yeah, they could have negate as well. I can start cantripping next turn though. Because we can just find more Dust to Dusts as well. Or Kalemancer. I don't hate slamming that for getting back counterspell. Because then if we draw untap land, we can go Dust to Dust with counterspell up. I guess they could Pyroblast this. Not much I can do there. One blue mana. Metallic Rebuke? Oh, Deadly Dispute. Okay. Maybe looking for Pyro. Also, we're kind of to the point in the game now where exiling their lands is good, but might not be the best use of Dust to Dust, where we actually want to exile. Oh, okay, well, they missed a land drop there. Untap land. We might actually want to exile like Mirror Enforcers and stuff, but we'll see. Untap land. Journey. They have to have more Deadly Disputes and negates and stuff. There's like no question. I'm gonna just keep waiting. Or maybe I should have just left up counter. I think I'm gonna bottom here. Counterspell is good though, but it means I can't really do anything this turn. Might have been a misplay. I should have just left up counterspell and just passed. I could evoke Moe D right now too. I don't hate it. I'm gonna do it. If that gets pyroed, that's okay. Just gonna divination here. Now I'm kind of wishing I discarded brainstorm over Moe D. See, never discard your boy. Okay. We want more lands. See what Luffy does here. Really just trying to resolve it death to death on their lands now. They're not making it easy though. They're leaving up mana every single turn. They've had 2 mana up every single turn that we could have dust to dusted. They have 7 cards in hand. Like they definitely have a way to stop this dust to dust. No question about it. We're also, because of our chancery, we're not going to be able to play dust to dust and leave up counter on their next turn. Playing Gear Seeker Serpent, sure, I don't care about that. And a Mirror Enforcer, sure. If we don't draw lands, we probably want to just play a couple Journey to Nowheres here. Maybe a Brainstorm, another Dust to Dust. We're at 24. I mean, I think now I can go Dust to Dust, target Enforcer, and Bridge. And then they can negate and I can counter back, and then I have another Dust to Dust. They could have multiple pieces of interaction now, but Deadly Dispute. Just gonna counter. Okay. Kenku. So they're hitting for 8 this turn, but that's okay because I do have a journey and I have 2 journeys and another Death to Dust. So they're actually Kenku is kind of a liability here somewhat if they don't have another answer for this dust. So I'm going to lead on journey, see if that resolves on bridge, and then go for another Dust to Dust. Ooh, Dispel. Now I could change plans and I can go. Now I can go Dust to Dust plus Dispel. I can tap my 3 white mana. play Dust to Dust, but then if it just resolves, I don't get to journey as well. I don't want to journey this. I'm really like torn about what to do here. I have 4 cards in hand. What about tap Chancery, play Journey, try to target the Gear Seeker Serpent, and then just I can tap Crossroads Plains, play another Journey, target the bridge, and then I have Dispel Up this whole time. I think that's like the safest thing, and then I can Dust to Dust next time. Looks like Pauper Tim agrees. And Fairy Tricks agrees. Everybody's on board. And this way I can brainstorm as well. I'm going to try to journey the Serpent first, just because it's bigger. It's not like Bridge is like actually that good against us. Oh, negate. They have 3 cards left. We have a Dust to Dust. We have good stuff. We got good dust. They're only on 4 mana. That's good for them. They do have a spell bomb. We got to keep that in mind. I can spell bomb for this. Another planes. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 mana. I guess I can just go dust on bridge plus seat. Do I want to lead on brainstorm? Not really. Yeah, I could Archaeomancer here. They're gonna just nihil Spellbomb. And then I don't get to dust this turn. That might be fine. I don't really need to dust quite yet. So I go Mancer, they go Spellbomb. I say sure. And then I can brainstorm like next turn. Exiling 2 lands isn't even that good at this point. Yeah, so I like the Mancer line. We're kind of choked on blue sources right now. I'm gonna actually try to get back Dust to Dust. Yeah, they're gonna spell them right now. This is actually what they should not do. I mean, I know we don't have a blue mana, but if we did right now, then we would be able to brainstorm right now, get back brainstorm. Because now we can Dust to Dust, and then we can threaten to draw Ephemerate, getting back Dust to Dust. Oh, they want this to die, so they can like get it back. Sure. If they want to get back and play a Kenku, I'm fine with that. That takes so much mana. Yeah, that's fine. Because if they just tap out for all this stuff, I can exile the Mirror Enforcer with Dust to Dust here. Okay, now we can lead on Brainstorm. It's time. Then I'm going to Dust to Dust Enforcer plus Wellspring, I think. Maybe they have Pyroblast. They're considering to Pyroblast the Brainstorm. Oh, you're saying I should have led on this to play around their thing? They could have a Metallic Rebuke. One, two, three, four, five, six. No, we can still play around it. Put back land, Soul of Migration on top, play land, play Dust to Dust here and here. Yeah, we can still play for a Rebuke. I'm not even really that interested in trying to exile all their lands at this point. I will preordain now, though. I can bottom that land, top the Soul of Migration. Attack for one. They have a Kenku, so we get hit by Kenku. Then we can journey their land. I could have waited till next turn to preordain. They have another Enforcer. It's kind of annoying. Crossroads doesn't do anything. I think we just play Soul of Migration this turn. I guess we get rebuked here. Maybe this is greedy. All right. What was that? Just a blood fountain? Yeah. Soul blocks the bridge. Just go to 10 here. Second Kenku post-combat. Interesting. Ooh, I can exile their red source now. Relic. It's kind of annoying that I'm going to have to exile my own Dust to Dust here. I don't need to pop Relic this turn, but I kind of do because I need to draw another card right now, I feel like. They have a Blood Fountain threatening to get back more Kenkus, but I don't think that's the biggest deal. I'm going to just pop. Pretty horrible Relic here. Another Dust to Dust. Let's go. So now I can journey one of their bridges and then Dust to Dust these two things. Let's go. That's what I do. We still have two Ephemerates in the deck, so we could get back this Dust to Dust still. And then we journey this. Journeying the Kenku bridges feels so good because even if they were to deal with the journey, they just get back a land. I could attack with everything, or at least all my flyers. Because then they can attack with both, and what? I'm going to block, they just get back both Kenkus. I think I'm fine killing one, and then if they want to Blood Fountain one Kenku back, they can. And I take one. Start putting a clock on them. Yeah, they would double block the Mancer like 100%. Another Mirror Enforcer. It's good for them. 1/2 greater than 1/1. Let's go. I think I'm just going to chump the Mirror Enforcer here. Obviously just looking for Ephemerate now. They can Blood Fountain back one Kenku. Oh, I should have attacked. That was a pretty big mistake. Dang, I just like realized that way too late. Because I needed to lead back Soul to block the Kenku token. That's pretty bad. It's a pretty big mistake. I mean, I guess they're at 12 now, but we're at 7. We should be at 10. All right, cantrip, let's go. It's not preordained, but it's a cantrip. We can find another Dust to Dust. We can find Ephemerate. I think there's one Dust to Dust left. Oh, they have Pyro. Brutal. They have one card left. I'm chumping the Mirror Enforcer again. Man, that attack was bad. Luffy's such a good player, just not make it easy. There's a red source for them. It's kind of scary. Just attacking with Mirror Enforcer. Let's chump. Something. Preordain, even better than Ponder. No red source now. That'd be so crazy if they use blood. All right, Moly D and Soul of Migration. I think I'm fine to just play. I kind of want to play Moly D while I can't get Pyro Blasted right now. I'm going to do it. I think I just top. Is Soul of Migration good enough? It's got to be. Counterspell, let's go. Got 5 minutes left on the clock, plenty of time. I have 2 Ephemerate, I have 1 more Dust to Dust. I can double block this Mirror Enforcer now because I have another Soul. How much mana do I have? 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Perfect. 9 mana worth of plays in hand. Gain 1 life. Get another land down. Slam this Soul. Really close match here. Can't attack into their 3/3 flyer. I mean, we're ahead, but it's not over. No attacks from us. I do have to try to play quickly. I'm going to let that resolve. We're just looking for Ephemerate at this point. Angelic Renewal's not bad either. Preordain's fantastic. If they pyro this, I think I'm just going to let it resolve. There's the Ephemerate. Just getting back Dust to Dust here. Now we can just start exiling their lands. Dang. Double interaction. Okay. Even here. Coming down to top decks. I think going for the Ephemerate there was fine. They had to have double interaction right now, where they basically lose. Deadly Dispute on the Kenku. Nope. Deadly Dispute into Reckoners. Jesus. Pretty good top decks. They just chained so many divinations. Ah, man. Not sure if it's going to be enough. It's not bad, though. They can't really, like, kill this Moe-D now. They still need to kill us, too. 17 cards left in library. Like, we could get to the point where we just try to deck them. Man, when you sign up for a Evoke League, it's not going to be quick, is it? Cast down into Deadly Dispute right now. I feel like I have to use this renewal. Otherwise, like, their board kind of beats me. Why did they cast down and then Deadly Dispute? What's the point of that? They're drawing so many cards. These Somber Hover cards aren't going to do it, though. Ash Barrens. We've already used the Brainstorm, I'm pretty sure. Just going to pass here. I'll cycle this end of turn. Gal Blast that. Sure. Hand that. Jesus. We have 2 cards left. I have to just trade for these hover guards and hope to draw something. They just changed so many divinations right at the end of the game here. We do have one dusted up left. They're just drawing more and more cards. Cast down a bird. Jeez. All right, we have to top deck. We have a lot of bad draws. GG's. That sucked. I wonder if I wonder if we were I wonder if we were supposed to just not ephemerate the turn we drew it. Yeah, I think they were somewhat playing to my clock as well, but there wasn't that much I could do. I was playing pretty fast. I felt like I had enough time. Like they were gonna deck before I timed out. Yeah, I went for Ephemerate with Counterspell backup. They had 2 cards in hand, and their cards was Galblast, Pyroblast. They had so many cards that they could have answered with though. But if I just do nothing, I feel like it actually does get better for me. I think that was a mistake to go for it. But the thing is, like, if their hand isn't exactly if they had like land Galblast or land Pyro, then I basically just win the game. Really good match there. Good games, Luffy. Let's go round 3. All right, after that heartbreaker against Luffy, that was a great match. We're in round 3. We're 1-1. We're against Polar Robin. Would you like to play first? Yes. And we'll snap keep this. Just gonna lead on Island Preordain here. We can Journey on 2 if we want to, or we can Chancery, see what they do. Opponent's on a mulligan right now. That was a really fun game against Luffy, though. The thing is, there's really not that much affinity in the leagues, and I have 4 Dust. But if I was like gonna play a challenge where I'm expecting a little bit more affinity, I would have even more hate. So that's just something to consider. Just bottom these. I don't think we want any more lands right now. Wow. Our top 3 cards were lands. 4 lands in a row. Jeez. Could have cycled. Probably should have. Yeah, it was a mistake. I was just trying to play fast. I also don't think I want to journey this. Sucks if they're Dimir Fae, but maybe I will. Let's see. Oh my god. I think it's just too risky. If they have a ninja, it's just like so bad for me. I know they have a counter spell, but Dimir Fae did just win one of the recent challenges. People could be playing it if they saw that list. Do I want to just let this get countered? Not really. I want to kind of just like scare them into think I have counterspell. It is Dimir Fae. If I had a counterspell, I would have countered that. We know they have a counter in hand. All right, but it didn't ninja. That's good. Play another augur, sure. Another counter, different art, sure. No land from our opponent though. We're just flooded really badly over here. Now the problem is it's just going to be so hard to resolve. Like if we do top deck a Moody, like we're not going to we're not going to be able to resolve it. So we're so far behind at this point. Maybe opponent will tap down out of counterspell mana here. And we top deck Moody. Doesn't look to be likely. Dawnbringer Cleric. I guess we just play it. I think I'll exile their Brainstorm. Spell Stutter. That's brutal. Still have double counter in hand. They could have just they could leave up only one counter and then like we could draw Moedy, we could evoke it, and then we could late to dinner the Moedy. So that's potentially a winning line, but they also might just be leaving up double counter every turn. All right. They're going to counter this. The Dimir Fae matchup, I think, is actually pretty good for Evoke. So I don't hate seeing this matchup. Renewal is pretty hard for them to deal with. And like, they pretty much have to counter all of our Soul of Migrations and Moedy's. So if we draw a little bit better than this, I feel like this matchup's reasonable. Wow, they're letting it resolve. I'm just gonna not go for Ephemerate right here. Just gonna use Renewal. Wow, this is pretty shocking. They're just gonna go for like Cast Down or Snuff Out on the Soul. This still is like gives me a lot of good blockers here. And I get to like start fighting through their interaction because they go for cast down, I go for ephemerate, they go for counter. So I use a removal spell and a counter from them. Then I late to dinner, they have to counter that. It's like now we're in a reasonable position. I'm shocked they didn't counter this. Maybe they thought we had a counter, but even so, then they would just go counter counter, be so far ahead. No, we know they revealed counterspell plus counterspell off augur augur, so they have two counters. Like I can see them both right here. They even have different arts. They're just attacking. So I guess they have a ninja here. I could jump the auger to not get ninja'd. I could don't want to triple block. I also just accidentally like I was talking and I just accidentally didn't ephemerate when they snuff outed, but it might have not been correct to do so anyway. I feel like jumping here is okay. It's like they don't get the ninja this turn. It's pretty bad for them. It buys me more time to draw like counter spells and moedes and stuff. And like if I triple block this, then they just ninja one of their spell stutters. That's bad for me too. I like this. Oh, what's up, Luffy? Oh, don't be sorry. No, that you seemed like you were playing at a reasonable pace. I was the one who was almost out of time. GG's. That was a fun match. Okay, this is interesting too. I mean, that did kind of wreck me. Man, I'm just getting kind of flooded here. I don't really want to just get this late dinner countered right now. I'm just gonna have to try to draw out of this. Their hand is counterspell, counterspell, blank. Thought they had ninjas. I feel like I'm just getting flooded like pretty much every game. Could just be a variance, and this deck is prone to that. They just don't have ninja. I just threw away a bird for nothing. All right, counterspell off the top now is great. Don't really care about Gurmag. It's a pretty aggressive play from the opponent. They might counter this. All right, they do. Now we go for this. I think I'm gonna go for Ephemerate right now. They have to have another snuff out. Dang, last card snuff out. Oh my god. Just getting worked here. I mean, they also have counterspell, but the last card we didn't know about was snuff out. Oh, man. I guess the block on the auger was bad, but yeah, Modern Age I think would be pretty reasonable in this deck too. I think I've tried it before and was like so-so on it. Maybe it's worth though. Probably should include it. Man. So now we have to just take the hit from Augur and Gurmag, and they have a counter spell. So I think we're dead. I guess I could chump Gurmag, but again, they still have a counter. But if I don't, then I'm taking six. They counter whatever I do, and then I lose. So this way, if I top deck two heaters, I can come back. And now they have the ninja. We'll just go to the next one. They have a counter. They can just counter my next play. Right, I think Holy Light is good. I think that's all we want. Side out a Dawnbringer and maybe a Ponder. Just keep all of like the chunkiness. Could side out one Ephemerate and keep in the Ponder. The Ponder is a little. The cantrips just like get eaten by spells that are a lot. Oh yeah, maybe I should. No, Relic's not really that good against them because they often just have like two Gurmags, and as we saw against Luffy, um, the relics can be kind of brutal against us too. Like it can hurt us, it can like stop our ephemerate loops. So let's just run it like this. All right, game two, play first. This is so clunky. Just gonna mulligan. All right, I mean this is better. I think I do want Archaeomancer because I have to put back a journey. Better than our 7. 22 lands is a lot, but we actually like want to hit all our land drops. We just don't want to be flooded, but oh man, these cards are good. I think even though I really need lands, I also really want to draw more cards. So if I keep the MOED at least, I draw it now, I play this land. If I miss on lands, at least I get to just jam Renewal. But I think I kind of need MOED. It's just so good in this matchup. It's like the best card that I have, so. If they Augur, I could consider just Dawnbringer Clericing as well. I want to resolve Renewal though. That's huge in this matchup too. I wonder if I should have just played Renewal last turn and then preordained this turn. That might have been the better line. Ponder, no shuffle, another tap land. Alright, this sucks. I did keep a non-land card though, but now it makes any basic we draw just so much better. They reveal a Snuff Out. They have a Theater, sure. I can Journey this, because if I Dawnbringer, then you can just go Snuff Out Ninja. But then I can't, then I don't really have an answer for like a Gurmag. And if they kill the Dawnbringer, I'm not going to use the Renewal for sure. I've played this matchup a lot because when I used to play Blue at Evoke, Blue Black Fae was one of the most popular decks. And I would beat it almost every time. I feel like the matchup is good for Evoke. But these draws just not quite there. And Blue Black Fae is a strong deck, so man. Just gonna play another blocker. Make them use removal on a Dawnbringer. I mean, I like Relic against, you know, Blue Black Terror, but against Blue Black Fae, I don't like it that much. It's not like Gurmag Angler is that good against you. I think I played a little too scared of Ninja in game one as well. I mean, they didn't end up having it. That attack made it seem like they did. Oh, I'll keep a game. I mean, sure. I want a relic now. I think I have. Oh, I should have discarded the renewal. That was wrong. It's okay though. So now I probably have to journey this. Okay, now I need to just go for the draw 4 while they're tapped out. And we're back in it just like this. Tapped out of relic too, wow. It is pretty funny, just all the 2022 matchups we got going on here. All right, we've drawn a lot of cards. Now we want to try to set up second renewal into resolving this Malidi. Gonna have to be careful how we go about doing that. Man, they've hit Snuff Out or Counterspell on every single one of their augurs. This is brutal. That's also why we should have journeyed, but we had to draw cards while we could. Now we might need to get rid of this. Maybe we just get rid of Counterspell and Renewal now, because then next turn we can go Journey, Preordain. Sucks, obviously, but Thorn. Jeez. We just got crushed by a good draw. Multiple good draws from them. Of course. Just lead on Preordain here. I think we actually do need this Chancery. Just basically allows us to hit multiple land drops. Gonna just have to try to hardcast Molly and hope that I can hit with the Molly to take the Monarch and then win from there. Yeah. Now if they just have one counter, we're dead. This just didn't feel good. At least the match against Luffy was like felt great against Affinity. This we just got their good draws against our pretty medium to bad draws. Got worked. All right, that was brutal. Let's go round 4. Let's try to bounce back. All right, 1 and 2 after getting completely orked by Blue Black Fae there. Let's see if we can bounce back. Would you like to play first? Yes. Oh no, not like this. We'll keep this. Just put back an Ash Barrens here. Or we could put back a basic because we might want to ponder and then shuffle with Ash Barrens. Yeah. Sick. Hey, Fox dude. Thanks for the sub there. Appreciate you. I mean, this is so slow, but this is a turn 4. I can potentially Moe-D Ephemerate. This might just be good enough, and I can do exactly what I was talking about. I can draw like the Moe-D and maybe the Crossroads as well, and then I can determine if I want the Dispel or not. I can also determine if I even want the Crossroads. I could shuffle with Ash Barrens on my next upkeep to draw a random card rather than drawing Crossroads. Swamp, Blood Fountain. All right, this feels like it's like black-green initiative. I think I want to hit the land drop here. But I think I'll shuffle away that Dispel. I think I just want more like gas. I want renewals. I want like just like more card draw rather than like a kind of narrow Dispel that just like counters cast down. I don't really have time for that. Maybe not time is the right word. I don't have like the available mana to like Moe-D Ephemerate with Dispel backup. Deadly Dispute the Blood Fountain right now. Sure. Skip Island. I could just go for Divination here, but if they just want to leave up mana every turn, I'll allow that. And then if they want to like tap out for something random, then I can go for the Moe-D Ephemerate. Otherwise, I could just slam Archaeomancer, get back Ponder. Oh wow, this is fine. I mean, they might be able to just stabilize with the Monarch entirely, but I guess they could have Snuff Out as well. I'm gonna try to see if they're F6 at least. They are not. Oh man, that's brutal. Kind of like just slamming our Archaeomancer then. Because if I go Moe de Ephemerate and they just break it up, that's really bad for me. Oh, you were our Dimir Fae opponent. I just saw that. You chatted there, Pauper. Yeah, good games. You crushed me. I just like had nothing. I was saying like your draws were good, mine were medium. I just got wrecked there. Good games though. I think I made a mistake as well. Like I was too scared of Ninja blocking the Augur. Counterspell. Counterspell was good. I guess I can lead on Ponder. I can just play a Dawnbringer, exiling the Chainers, and just like take it slow. I feel like hardcast Moe right now isn't the best. Can just wait, get more value later. Like have Ephemerate up when I play the Moe and stuff. Okay, well this is fantastic. This is exactly what we need in this matchup. So yeah, let's do it. Let's just draw the renewal. Play it. Next turn we could even evoke Soul of Migration just to try to like put a bunch of bodies into play, take the Monarch. I wonder if I want to just tap out here for Dawnbringer Cleric. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 mana. I'm not gonna have Counterspell up next turn anyway. This Chainer's Edict it doesn't matter right now. I think I'm fine. They just discard a land. Yep, sure. The Monarch is good against us for sure because they can just continue drawing a lot of gas, but we can keep up. Yeah. Black green and it. Ichor Wellspring. I think I just counter this. Just want to use the counter spell right now. I wonder if I also just hardcast Moe D. I think that's better. It's taking it a little more slowly, but then I get to draw the land that's on top, play it. If they kill Muldrifter, I just get to draw 2 more cards. I'm gonna do it. They have to kill this Moe D twice, and that's just like multiple 3-for-1s for us. Ooh. That's kind of disgusting. Yeah, they don't want to kill it right now. Yeah, but you can say no to renewal. You may sacrifice renewal. So it triggers and then you just say no. So it's not like a risk of playing out cleric. Yeah, it's this card's pretty unique. Um yeah, this is fine. Let's go. Let's go. This should be a pretty good matchup, I feel like overall. We're not necessarily winning right now in this game, but again, I think this matchup is decent. Sure. Just take one. I'm gonna start my turn, I think, just by playing renewal. See what they do. Dispel's not bad, actually. Crypt Rats for 2. This is actually great for me, right? I let Muldrifter die, and then I just late to dinner Muldrifter, and then I have Muldrifter and Renewal still in play. And then I could hardcast Soul like next turn. Oh, I can also late to dinner Archaeomancer. I think I'd rather just get the flyer down. Draw cards right now. Just continue to draw cards. I guess they could go land Chainer's Edict, but then that would just be fine. Defile. I have so many removal spells. But now we can start the Soul of Migration train. Draw 2 cards. I don't know why they have to do it right now exactly, but that's fine. No attack, they just missed it. And then I'm just gonna slam Soul, I think. I don't want to draw cards quite yet. Alternatively, I can go like Dawnbringer, Exile Chainers now, play another Dawnbringer. Let's see, how much mana do I have? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. I can also go Dawnbringer, Exile Chainers, Hardcast Mulldrifter, but I do want Counterspell up this turn. I actually am going to just play multiple Dawnbringers right here. I feel like that's kind of annoying for them. Exile the Chainers. Play another Dawnbringer. Gain 2 life. Hope I'm not missing something from their graveyard. I don't think I am. Pass the turn. I don't think I'm that scared of Rat. Maybe it's better to exile it, but a lot of the initiative decks I've seen, they don't even really play that much interaction necessarily. I think I'll counter this though. It's good against Soul of Migration. They don't have to pop quite yet. Witch's Cottage back rats. Okay, well there you go. Just when I was saying I didn't need to deal with it. Chainer's Edict. Sure. It's not like exiling that rats would have actually done anything because they had another rats that they actually got back anyway. Journey to Nowhere. So they would have to play double removal on my Dawnbringer. I'm gonna do this. Threaten to take the Monarch here. I'll dispel an instant speed removal spell as well. Okay. Who's the Monarch now? Just continue to draw. So they have a Crypt Rats. But they're also at 13. I'm at 23. Molly D and Archaeomancer. Now I can Archaeomancer back late to dinner. Then late to dinner back Archaeomancer. There's a Blood Fountain. Okay, maybe I should have exiled the Crypt Rats. It's looking that way. Just attack with just Molly D here. Oh, they're just Crypt Ratsing for 3. Sure. I don't care which order. Then let's. They do have Blood Fountain here. Archaeomancer back late to dinner. Late to dinner back. Archaeomancer. Get back late to dinner. Pass the turn. They're not going to be able to Crypt Rats Infinite here because, again, they're at 10. So I can pressure their life total that way, even if I can't hit them. We have 30 cards. We're not in danger of decking. We can gain a lot more life. We have a late to dinner in hand. Return Crypt Rats, Crypt Rats. Sure. Tap out for Crypt Rats. It's kind of aggressive if they do. It is kind of hard for us to pressure them at this point too. Clans MTG, the records in the top right of the screen were 1 and 2. Discarding Thorn, interesting. Are they like going for decking us? Just don't want them to gain life here. Just ephemerate, get back counter. All right, this is fine. They also don't get to gain, and then I can just late to dinner back Archaeomancer. Start doing those type of loops still. I am fine to just draw here. All right, let's attack. They could have Snuff Out. Should play around that. Late to dinner back Archaeomancer. Get back late to dinner. Do I want to Dawnbringer the Chainers? I kind of do. Felt like getting Counterspell was reasonable too. I guess committing more creatures to the board doesn't really help me. I guess I don't really care about that Chainers. Just ponder. I'm going to go for this FM right now. Get back. Counterspell. Oh, I should have gotten back the other Ephemerate. That was a mistake. I don't really want those Preordains, though. So if they play a Rats... I don't even know if I counter this. Make them play second Rats? Sure. They only have 3 cards left, and one of them is Rats. All right, they concede to that. Interesting. What a game. They had the Monarch for so long. Relics are good. I think that's about it. Dawnbringer's fine, but it's not that good. They look like they're like the ultra controlling version. I think we do want the journeys still. I'm expecting they have creatures. I mean, they drew so much of their deck without playing the green initiative creature. Should I cut one Ephemerate? That's fine. Could cut a cantrip as well. Yeah, -1 Ephem is decent. I guess the cantrips are good in this matchup. I'll do it. That was my initial thought. Stick with my gut. I'm trying to think if I need Dawnbringer for anything else. Like Dawnbringer exiling their cards from the graveyard, it's just really not that good. It's fine. But Dawnbringer plus Ephemerate can be good. Like when they're like trying to rebuy their creatures, it can be strong. All right, I'm gonna keep this. Got to catch up on time a little bit here. Just gonna leave Tapland actually. Probably just preordain and get the relic down before I get to rest now. I'm gonna bottom and top the bounce land. Bounce land is actually good just because it's like it's only one card, but it actually makes us hit 2 land drops. I mean, it's possible that their win con is just like rats and rebuying rats, and they don't actually have the initiative. Turn 3 Thorn. I was thinking about like, should I slam Dawnbringer so I actually have like some type of threat attacking? But I guess we're just playing the long game again. All right. I mean, these are good enough. Just go top, top, island, go. It's not easy when they like take an early monarch like this, but what are you gonna do? Guess I just let them take counter. And if they don't want to take it, then they can take like late to dinner if they want. Yeah, I feel like their win con is just rats. They have a relic too. Sure. We left an Archaeomancer on top, unfortunately. Gonna have to just slam it here, I think. They can pop their relic. We have the late to dinner Archaeomancer going now. Yeah, that's what we're like debating. Um, the hairy man back. We're debating if they have the initiative creature or not. They might have like 2 or 3 copies, or they could have 4. We don't know, but interesting. Maybe they have another relic. Otherwise, I just get to like free late to dinner that. Oops, I should have relicked them. Not a big deal. Can relic them now. Then F6. I want to try to catch up on time a little bit here, and there it is. Okay, we're in trouble now. Certainly behind. Hmm. Do I go for Evoke Moiety, hope to hit Ephemerate? I think I do. Otherwise, I'm just going late to dinner, Archaeomancer, get back late to dinner. It's not even that good. Doesn't really accomplish that much. And if I miss on a Fem in the top 2, at least I have a Moiety in the graveyard that I can wait to dinner next turn. Azin just gets immediately called out by the opponent here. All right, we do have a journey, but we're essentially at 6 because we're going to get trapped next turn. This is just so rough. Let's see, 3, 4, 5, 6 mana. Yeah, they probably just have all removal spells. You're right. So all we can do is Journey, the 5/4. They do have Monarch and Initiative. Pretty brutal. I wonder if they have some like Moments piece as well. Deadly Dispute it, sure. Oh, I could have countered that. But I don't even know if I want to. Might be missing some relic triggers as well. I'm trying to kind of play fast here. I'm a little rusty as well. Oh, that's why you said it? No, I mean, this like mono black deck with Colony Gardens often does play like 4 gardens, 2 or 3 bounce lands, and 2 to 4 Avenging Hunters. So I feel like they usually do play this. At least the list I've seen. They have 10 cards in hand. I mean, yeah, we're super dead here. We can just go to the next game, honestly. Guess we'll keep trying. They have the initiative and the monarch right now. Yeah, I don't see how we win. Just save our clock and save time. Just see what they discard here. See a couple more cards. Triple land. Yeah, there's the Rot Farm. I mean, I guess I'll keep playing and just use my time. I guess this game wants me to keep playing. I think actually we're still dead on board right now. They have 7 cards in hand. They have Chainer's Edict in the graveyard too. So we're dead. Dawnbringer in their deck really isn't that good. It is a creature that we can play in order to like attack and take the Monarch or initiative. So for that reason, I think we should keep it. Let's just run it back. All right, this hand is exactly what we want to see. Like, don't dress me on 1, please. But otherwise, this is exactly what we want. No, don't. No! Why, opponent? Why? I had to say it. It's okay. Do I want a divination? I think so. Better than just doing nothing. We have 2 late to dinners in the deck. Ooh, they just missed a land drop, or they just accidentally F6 their turn. That's a possibility as well. I think I want to just get 2 1/1 flyings down. I don't know if they F6 their turn or not, but I think regardless, I want to just do this. Because now it's like they have to spend removal spell on these tokens. I guess they could Crypt Rats them, but if they go land tap out for Crypt Rats, I can journey that. They don't. They said misclick, of course. Yeah, I mean, sure. Preordain, great draw. There's a Moe D. Bottom. Top. Play Relic. Use it on you. And when you try to play really fast, you can misclick. It can happen. Just play Crossroads and attack for 2. Missing their turn there was pretty brutal for them, for sure. No reason to pop Relic yet, though. They do have Deadly Dispute for Ancestral Recall. Even better than Ancestral because it gives them more mana next turn. I mean, I have these creatures that I want to buy back, but I should have more creatures to buy back later too. So okay, they can dress me. It's fine. Might be popping Relic. We'll see. I do want to draw more cards. Reckoner's Bargain right now, sure. Relic is good against like their Blood Fountain and their land that brings something back, but it's a ways off. Defile a bird, sure. So they don't have to discard. I think I'm not going to pop the Relic. Ephemerate, sure. Sweet. Man, that's brutal. Feels like they have Snuff Out as well. I'm not going to Ephemerate right now. All right, well, do they have a second one? Looks like they do. Oh, they had the Defile, sure. All right, we have 3 lands in hand. Pretty horrible. We need Late Dinner, we need more Mole Drifters, we need cantrips. The good news is, yeah, they can't just tap out for Thorn quite yet. If I crack this Relic, I know I'm going to draw Late to Dinner. I should have tapped Crossroads, but it's not that big of a deal. If they play a removal spell, it's fine. I'll counter like a Monarch creature or something here. Duress. That's pretty annoying. Third Duress. Yeah, this card's just not very good in this matchup. Guess I just gain life. Another removal spell, sure. Oh man. Oh my god. That is brutal. I think there's just kind of like an inherent problem with this deck. Like it feels like you're getting flooded every time, but I feel like it's just kind of problem. It's like just a problem of the deck. It's like just bound to happen. We're almost certainly dead here. Okay. Try to fight back. We're getting hit for 12 next turn, going down to 10. We have to counter this. The initiative's just so strong. I think that's kind of also what killed this deck is like, why are you trying to do this Soul of Migration late game when there's like much better late games now? Mole Drifter into Journey could do it. So we're dead to Crypt Rats. We're dead to a lot. Relic, sure. They drew an extra card, so they have 3 cards in hand. They pop now. At least we're not dead right this second, but we're most likely dead. They have 4 cards in hand. Most of their deck is just removal spells, so. Okay, keep the hope alive. There's the late to dinner. Might as well just shuffle. Because drawing that preordained doesn't actually do anything. Alright, GG's. Brutal. 1 and 3. Some of these matches were close. We had a close match against Leffy. Against that black deck, it was kind of close. Their deck honestly just felt like better than ours. It felt like we were like behind the whole time. And yeah, we don't have the initiative late game. I thought about including like a couple initiative creatures, but felt like that kind of went against like what this deck is trying to do. And we're not the best at protecting the initiative. So I think that's kind of why Blue Eyed Evoke is dead. We'll play the last one here. We'll see if we can go 2-3 in this league. See everybody for the 5th and final round. Round 5 against Mana Man. Would you like to play first? Of course I would. Got to throw it back. 1 plane's not going to do it. We'll keep this. Kind of awkward hand, but we'll keep it. I think we just put back our Archaeomancer here. I think we want everything else. Maybe go Renewal into Soul. See what Mana Man's on. Honestly, I have no idea. We're playing for the big 50 play points here. Is it Affinity? Very well might be. Late to Dinner and Ephemerate. I feel like these are both good, except that I need 1 more land. Should I keep 1 of these or none of them? I want to just try to like go quick with this Soul of Migration on turn 4 and hope it's good enough. I think I'm just going to. The late to dinner is close. I don't think I think I'm gonna just bottom. Okay, nice. Muldrifter, exactly what we want, especially after bottoming those other 2. Chromatic Star, and another tap land. Okay. I think I'm willing to ponder here because I could always just play Ash Barrens. Oh wow. Yeah, so now this is actually fine because we can draw these cards and we can just play the Ash Barrens. So we can play Ash Barrens this turn, play Renewal, pass. Next turn, untap, draw the Chancery and a Cove, play the Evoke the Muldrifter, draw 4, and like go from there. The thing is, I kind of do want to evoke the Soul of Migration because I want to just like put a clock on them rather than drawing extra cards, but I guess we might not really have that luxury here. Just see exactly what we want to do. We could shuffle away the last Tranquil Cove. So we could draw Tranquil Cove and then we could Chancery, bring back Ash Baron, shuffle, like Journey, but I think we just need to just Malady here. We'll just have to get more pressure going later. Oh, they have Rebuke? Okay. That's actually not the worst. I mean, obviously we want to draw cards, but now, oh no, I can Chancery back the Ash Barrens, and then I can upkeep shuffle away that last Tranquil Cove, and still have enough mana to deploy this Soul of Migration here. And of course, we're against Affinity again, so this matchup gets much better post board. Okay. It's fine. Thoughtcast. Second Enforcer, geez. I don't think I can necessarily play around another Rebuke. Maybe I should. I don't know how I can really play around it. I think I just need to jam. It's gonna be like tough to race this anyway, and they have second Rebuke. Okay, geez. This league has just been rough. It is interesting. Like back when I played this deck a lot, there was a lot of affinity as well, and I had more hate in the sideboard, and the matchup was still close. Like it still felt kind of rough because affinity is so strong, and now we have less hate. It's just kind of rough. They have munitions. So many cards on the table here. They're just gonna draw right now. Maybe find another Mirror Enforcer. They don't. Or Kalemancer. That's kind of interesting. Let's lead on Preordain. I think these are not going to do it right now. They can sack an Enforcer here after we target it. At least just keeps the pressure off a little bit. Counter like pretty much anything they're going to do here. We're pretty close to dead to this board anyway. Keep fighting, keep fighting. Maybe a Mully-D into Dawnbringer Cleric or something gets us back in. Those two Metallic Rebukes were just brutal. Here, one second, let me see this text. All right, might as well keep playing, I guess. We're so close to dead to munitions, though, too. Can try to go block Ephemerate. They have 6 mana right now. We're at 8. I guess 7 mana. Chainers. I guess Chainers actually does it where a different removal spell wouldn't. Oh no, because we have renewal too. Okay, so we just let this happen. This is going to be an incredible comeback if we are able to come back. Get back. Counterspell or Preordain? Might need the counter now. Now I go for block Ephemerate. Star. Interesting if they're going to just try to shoot down our Killmancer right now. They are going to. All right, so I could flicker it right now, but I think I just wait. I can not flicker it as well. I think I have to. And Gal Blast, okay. Their build seems like a little more aggressive. Too many Hydros is also still not that good. Go down to 1 soul here. 2 Dawnbringers. The Dispel is actually good. And a late dinner out. Alright, I like this. It's jam. Luffy wasting no time. I'm going to keep this hand. We have mana where we're able to cast Dust to Dust. We might need to get second island for counter, but this hand can buy time too. Yeah, I mean, bringing in the 4 dust is huge, right? I think I need to just get island. I don't have the Dust to Dust yet, so I need to be able to counter spell like an Ichor Wellspring. Alright, well now, new plan. Renewal into Molly D. Don't Pyroblast me, please. Oh man, I could easily have Pyro here. So brutal. If they have Pyro, I get wrecked. They're so likely to have it too. Don't Pyro me one time. Oh, let's go. Let's go. That was sweet. Alright, we can't dust next turn, but that's okay. What am I discarding here? A Dawnbringer Cleric? A Dust to Dust? Just kidding. Soul Migration. You can go Soul. Galv Blast? Sure. Plains one time? I guess that counts. They could have Turn Aside, but so be it. They didn't have the Pyro. Did they have the Turn Aside? Nope. Nice. Now we are Kelmancer back dust. Alright. That went right according to plan. That was sweet. Do we want to change anything else for game 3? I don't think so. Keeping all the cantrips. I think I like the Hydras, knowing they have munitions. They're gonna have Gallop Blast. They're gonna have most likely Hydras. I think going without the relics is fine. We want double plains, 3 mana total, and dust. Don't find it here. We could just mulligan a little more aggressively. This hand's pretty damn clunky. I have a preordain, but like I'm still what if I like preordain, get a white source, I'm still another white. I need another white source and a dust to dust. I think we can just do better. I mean, this hand is just so much better. I think we can even just put back a brainstorm. Like I want to keep all this mana. Yeah, this is great. I could even play Island and turn 2 Chancery, turn 3 Plains to have the Dust to Dust here. If like they went turn 2 Munitions or something, I could counter it. I think I want to keep the dream alive here. We have had a lot of turn 2 renewals, turn 3 Mullies, which is pretty fun. They don't have many answers to this, I don't think. if at all. Their deck can't answer enchantments that well, I don't think. Now, if they just leave up like a rebuke or something, okay, it looks like we're gonna get to do the thing again. Wow, no land from them. That's brutal for them. Slamming. They hit a land right now, could still be in trouble potentially, but if they don't, then we're super far ahead with all these counters. All right, they get to draw a lot of cards. See if they get stuck. They don't. No blue source. Sure. Into Mirror Enforcer. Okay, I can journey that. Let's journey that. Attack for 2, pass with counter up. With the planes, if we draw Dust to Dust now, we can cast it with counter backup, which is just so nice. So we're in a fantastic position here. I think I can let this resolve right now. Kind of want my counterspell for something better. We're going to need to draw even more cards. Dust, let's go. Guess we just keep them down on mana. They could go rebuke here, and then we could just counter back with the spell. Wait, we gotta go back. We gotta go back. Mana Man says, hit that combo every game. Dash, nice. Keep it up. GL next round. It's like it sounds like they're being nice, but they're just being salty. You love to see it. Manaman's interesting because Manaman's been nice to me at times and kind of like short with me at other times. So I don't know if Manaman doesn't like me or not, but you love to see it regardless. Maybe they're like actually not pissed. I know they play a lot. I feel like people who play a lot usually like understand the game. They don't get super salty. I mean, I got lucky. I was even talking about how we're hitting renewal into Molly D a lot, but I mean that's kind of the deck, right? And the matchup's not that bad. 4 Dust to Dust, a lot of cantrips, a lot of ways to find it. We got our 50 play points back. Big W for us. There it is. All right, let's talk about the deck in a little post league breakdown here. So this is exactly what I figured the problem was. I did want to play a league with the deck, and sure, we went 2-3, but we lost a really close one against Luffy. We had some mediocre draws against Blue Black Fae. I feel like this league could have easily been a 3-2 or a 4-1. It just didn't really break our way. There's a lot of variance. I think the deck is fine, like tier 3 deck type of thing. It's like you can play this deck in a league, you could 5-0 a league, you can, 4-1, 3-2 relatively consistently. The deck is hard to play, although again, it's just not going to be as good as a lot of the better strategies these days. And I think the main problem with that is Soul of Migration kind of just got outmoded. Like if you go renewal into migration, it's just not as good as it used to be. There used to be a lot more fairy decks around, a lot of blue red Fae, a lot of blue black Fae, and a lot of mono blue Fae. While those decks still exist, because they're a lot less prevalent, like it makes Soul of Migration a lot worse because that's where this card's really good. Like they're playing 1 mana 1/1 flyer, spell stutter spray, other small creatures, and like now this just isn't that good. Trying to like Soul of Migration, even against like we saw decks like Black Green and it can be pretty tough. So I think that's the main problem with the deck right now. I was like thinking, okay, well, we could build this deck in a new way. We could play what's like Goliath Paladin, the white initiative creature. We could play prismatic strands. We could play uh, maybe some of the modern age as like discard synergies. We could play more like the fourth Dawnbringer cleric main. We could do stuff like that. And then I was like, wait a second. Then we're just like not even playing Evoke. Like then we don't need Angelic Renewal in our deck. It's like so we could cut this. We could cut Soul of Migration. We could play like Palace Sentinels, the white initiative creature. But then it's like, wait a second. We might as well just play like blue white or red white and Anid at that point. You know, Boros initiative. We might as well just play blue white gates. Like there's a lot of other similar decks at that point when we're making changes. So I'm not really sure how to save this deck. That being said, yeah, because yeah, if we play the initiative creature, sure you can, but that's exactly what I'm talking about. Then you cut renewal because renewal is not that good now, or at least you could go down to like one or two renewal. But then you're not really blue white evoke. Then you're just like a blue white initiative deck, which sure that deck could be fine, but I feel like then that's worse than some other options that you could play. Like, sure, you could play blue white initiative. You could play like two Palace Sentinels. You could basically play like Boros in it, but instead of the red cards, you play like Counterspell, Cantrips, Mole Drifter, and then you still play like the same shell as Boros initiative, but it just sounds a little bit worse to me because instead of like lightning bolt and good removal spells, you get kind of clunky journey to nowhere. So not loving that. Counterspell is kind of hard on the mana too when you're trying to go down that route. There is an option to build let's see, the deck like this. See if I can find it. Maybe it's down in maybe it's down in these decks. Oh yeah, here it is. I might have even played this through a league at some point. This was kind of where I was trying to go with the deck. Oh, I'm not sure if I played this through a league, but this is like kind of where I was like thinking about going. I don't know about these Stormscapes, but I mean you could. So like I called this deck like White Bugler Evoke, and maybe I played that, and then this is like the progression of that deck. This isn't exactly what you would want. There's a lot of non-votes of like Stormscape and Moedy and stuff here, but the idea of like playing more white cards similar to Boros and It, and then playing Strands, I think is just stronger than the Soul Away game. But you can see we don't have Angelic Renewal here. We're just like a white based creature initiative pile with like some blue cards. This just seems like Boros in it, but worse to me. So I don't think that this is good. That being said, I still think like if you want to play Evoke, go ahead. Just play a similar deck to the one I played. You could make some small changes, but I think it's fine. Nothing special. I think that'll do it. Without further ado, gonna wrap up here. Thanks so much for watching. YouTube.com/snapbolt. Go subscribe to the channel and check out the other vids. Appreciate it. Till next time. Peace.